Looking to plan a trip to Fairfield Glade in Tennessee? Stick around. You're about to join a podcast with JP Doran from Bertram Golf Packages. He's going to share his insight on playing Tennessee's golf capital, Crossville, Tennessee. Hey, JP, welcome to the GolfTrips.com podcast. Welcome to the show.
Hey, Brian, how's it going? Good to have you.
Hey, it is cold in Wisconsin, and we're talking about some warm weather, or at least some great golf in Tennessee. JP, you are a golf packager. Tell us a little bit about your business and where you plan trips in Tennessee.
Yeah, so we're located in a really beautiful place up on the Cumberland Plateau, East Tennessee. So a lot of people have heard of the Smoky Mountains, real nearby that. Kind of halfway between Knoxville and Nashville. So we've got 8 gorgeous golf courses, an abundance of lodging. So we just try to kind of make it easy for our customers, one-stop shopping. You call us. We just need some basic info. You know, hey, I got 16 guys. We want to come 3 nights and play 5 rounds, and we'll handle the rest for you.
Sure. And we are talking about Crossville and Fairfield Glade. Why have, you've seen a big migration your way. Tell us why golfers are, choosing Crossville and Fairfield Glade for their golf travel.
That's a great question. A lot of reasons. I think what people really love about us is the variety. There's not a lot of places you can go, and you're playing. Maybe you're a group that comes for a week, 7 nights, 7 rounds. You could play a different course every day, and not only the variety but the quality. Kind of the course that gets a lot of the notoriety is Stonehenge, which Golf Weekly puts out a list every year. For the better part of the last decade, Stonehenge is always ranked as either the number 1 or number 2 public course in the state. The same company that manages Stonehenge manages the other 4 courses there in the Glade area. So there's actually, I think, 11 courses in the area. We only work with those 8 we think are good enough for, you're coming from out of town. Obviously, you want to play some good golf. So the quality's really great, and that variety's nice. The other thing people love is the convenience. So, Brian, once you get up here in our little bubble, very minimal driving. Our lodging accommodations are right in the golf resort area, so drive time average is maybe 5 minutes to the courses. The farthest one in the Glade area is 7 minutes. The closest, Druid Hills, you can walk to. Then we've also got 3 other great courses in the Crossville area, which is the same general area. Those are more maybe a 10, 15, 20-minute drive, including Bear Trace, which is our Nicholas course. So just the quality, the variety, the convenience, and just the scenery, man. It's gorgeous up here on the Cumberland Plateau. So a lot of elevation change. Mountain views, lakes, rivers, just a gorgeous little slice of earth that happens to be a huge golf mecca.
Yeah, JP, last year I took a discovery tour and explored Crossville and Fairfield Glade. Fantastic golf community, and the golf was superb. Switching gears a little bit, the 2 questions that I'm getting a lot from golf trip leaders is, one, how drastic has pricing gone up, post-COVID? Is it still an affordable trip? And second, what about availability? How far in advance do you need to start thinking about for planning a trip to Fairfield Glade?
Sure. So we've certainly seen some price increases. Just like a lot of other providers, most of that stuff's out of our control. If the golf courses raise their price, we just kind of have to deal with that. So we've dealt with that to a certain extent, but I'll tell you, Brian, I hear all the time customers, not to name any specific locations, but we've been going here and our price doubled. Same trip we did last year is almost twice as much, or it's went up 50%. So, our price increases have been pretty reasonable, not anything that's running people off. And it is something with the popularity of golf and just, in the golf course's defense, it's more expensive now to run a course than it was a couple years ago. But all of our courses, and like I said before, we got 2 of the top 10 public courses in the state. We don't have one course on our program that's over $100. So the lodging's very affordable. So, our golf and lodging package as a whole is still a great value in comparison to, some of the other locations where you're probably playing easily, a couple $100 more for something pretty comparable. I still think it's a great value. Availability is fine, as long as you're booking far enough in advance. We're not a location where you have to book, 2 years in advance or anything like that. But, if you're listening right now, considering a golf trip to Fairfield Glade, I recommend booking, 6 months or so in advance just to help for availability's sake. But, we're not turning anybody away. The sooner you call, the better, just for lodging availability, tee times. But luckily, we've got, an abundance of lodging options and 8 golf courses. So availability is pretty good. We can oftentimes accommodate a last-minute trip with some flexibility. So, it is a very popular golf destination. Luckily, there's a lot of inventory, but 6 months in advance, if at all possible, at least a couple months in advance anyway, really helps.
JP, golf in Fairfield Glade, no doubt, is amazing. One question I love to know is what else is there to do in the area or the region?
Yeah, quite a bit. So probably the number one thing people ask me about, or two things, is, as far as your guys' trips, where can we get a good steak after golf? And is there a sports bar nearby where we can, go watch whatever games in season? So, again, the convenience, there's a great sports bar within 5 minutes of lodging accommodations. And there's actually a brand new steakhouse opening on Peavine Road, which you might remember is kind of the main road going into Fairfield Glade. So both of those things available within a 5-minute drive. And there's a number of restaurants and bar grills and stuff like that in the area. Other than that, we're an outdoors town, Brian. I mean, there's plenty to do, but the reason people come to our area, again, outdoors. So there's lakes, there's fishing, there's a couple marinas. To give you an example, one of our couples trips, they take a break from golf one day. They go out on a pontoon boat, just enjoy the lakes, fish. So anybody that does businesses with us, you get access to all those Glade amenities, the lakes, the marinas, the boat rentals, which, you do pay extra for that, but it's very affordable. So we can also do some catering. A lot of big groups will come in. We can accommodate, any size group. We do anything from a foursome to up to 72 or more people. So there's conference rooms where we can set up catering, things like that. So great place for a group to come, play golf, and just enjoy the natural beauty of our area.
One of the latest trends is what to do after golf and how do you settle those bets. When I was down in this past year, Druid Hills was working on a putting course. Where are they in terms of opening that up? And are you seeing guys utilize that to do a little gambling?
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. I meant to mention that. So Druid Hills facility is currently going through some major renovations. They're redoing their clubhouse. They just opened a 20,000 plus square foot putting course. So I know our guys, Druid Hills is the golf course that's essentially within walking distance. You can kind of walk. They got a little trail cut through the woods. But, after golf, I know guys are out there putting, having some friendly wagers and stuff like that. And then they also just opened what they're calling the Golf Garage, which is an indoor-outdoor facility. They've got the TrackMan set up in there, so they do lessons, club fitting, things like that. Our customers more go for the golf simulator, and it's a covered area. You're actually hitting balls out onto the range with the TrackMan. And of course, there's plenty of places to sit around at all the golf courses, have a beverage or two, go through your scorecards and stuff like that. So, we have a lot of groups that come in. They're doing a Ryder Cup format. There's some scorekeeping involved. So really a great fit for that type of thing too.
I just remembered when we were down there, we stopped at the recently opened Buc-ee's, which is a massive gas station with 100 pumps. It's a cross between a World's Fair and a Black Friday. I mean, it's craziness there. They have some of the most mouth-watering brisket you can possibly have. Our group stopping there to get some food and brisket and great barbecue.
Yeah, man, the Buc-ee's, that was a big deal. People were excited about that, and that food is pretty good. So Buc-ee's is one exit down from the main Fairfield Glade exit. And another thing we might talk about, too, while we're on the topic of Buc-ee's, so that's another little draw we've got going on right now. Just last year, we opened up a brand new lodging complex off that same exit. It's about 2 minutes from Buc-ee's. So if you're staying over there, you got to go get that brisket sandwich. My personal favorite is the Philly cheesesteak burrito. But for, a customer looking for that premium lodging experience, we call these the Crossville Premium Homes. They're one exit down from the Glade. So, you're still very convenient to the golf courses, probably 15 minutes-ish or less to all your options. But again, for someone looking for a little nicer lodging experience, our main complex is located right in Fairfield Glade. We've got 30-plus two-bedroom condos at Sleep 4. Nothing wrong with them. They're in great shape. The locations, you can't beat it. But if you're looking for, a little bit more of a premium experience, these are brand new. They've got game rooms with pool tables and still very conveniently located to all the golf courses, an abundance of lodging, and, of course, that Buc-ee's.
Well, I can't let you go without explaining where golfers can get more information. How do they get a hold of you? We'll put that information in the show notes, but want to give a shout out to how golfers can reach out to you to book their trip.
Yeah, the best thing is just our website, which is www.BertramGolfPackages.com. Our direct line there in the office is 931-456-7617. On our website, you can easily request a quote, put in some basic information, or you can email us directly. It's just info@BertramGolfPackages.com.
Well, there you have it. Golfers, you looking to get to Fairfield Glade? Contact JP. JP, thank you so much for spending a little time on the podcast with us.
Hey, Brian, thanks for having me, man. Always a pleasure to talk with you. And you got to get down here, a little golf and some Buc-ee's.
That's a date. That's a wrap, and we'll see you on the first tee.